getting to college. He ain't even paid for them.
He might have paid you.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, with
no,
a
he
little
didn't.
DM maybe, a little thank you very much.
If you get it, you can't give a man nothing but an A.
Really?
That's the only grade that's acceptable in this situation.
Oh.
For him,
on the Shannon Sharp curve it is.
I don't grade on the curve.
Yeah.
You get what you get. You get what you earn.
Well, you threw me a curve ball because I can't see an A. I saw too much wrong to go A. So I'm going to go number 2 gets a B and Giannis gets a B minus.
A B minus.
And the only reason I'm giving him a B minus is he airballed a free throw and that disqualifies.
Yeah, what about the 12 points?
Okay, well, again, let's look at the rest of this box. I'll give you the 12 points, but I see 23 rebounds. Does anybody even get close to that? The next closest, Gasol had 12.
Well, Skip, he did miss 11 shots.
He had 11 more rebounds than the leading rebounder on the other team.
Well, he did miss 11 shots.
That's really good.
Let's just say he got 5 of his own.
Who led the visiting Milwaukee Bucks in assists last night? I don't know, Giannis. And I keep telling you, he makes his teammates better. And number 2, not so much. Because during the regular season, he averaged 6 assists a game, and number 2 averaged 3 assists. So on a nightly basis, that's a lot of average going on where he's going to move the basketball a lot better. Then who led the visiting team with 4 blocks and probably would have had 1 or 2 more if he hadn't been disqualified shortly into the second overtime? But that's still pretty good, wouldn't you say?
But
4 blocks.
But if you look at you look at what Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton has a hard job because they still need him to give you production, but he has to guard Kawhi.
Brogdon was guarding him a lot also.
Brogdon was guarding him.
I should put quotes around guarding him because Brogdon just couldn't hang with him. But of course, we know that number 2 had 2 bad thighs or something wrong with his lower legs, and he was just exploding right around Malcolm Brogdon.
But help me understand. Malcolm Brogdon was trying to spend it and exerting energy, trying to guard Kawhi. He had 20 points. Giannis had 12. George Hill had 24 points. He might have had 24 points in all the final games and 4 final games last year. Where was this George Hill last year, Skip? But that's not. He had 24 points. They got 16 from Brook Lopez. And you're going to give Giannis, who's going to be the MVP, a B?
He's the driving force of that whole team. He was the reason they were in position going into the second overtime to steal a game on the road.
They like the one.
If he hadn't fouled out, they were going to win the game because they have a guy who can protect the rim and patrol the lane like no other. Yeah. This guy is a monster. You want to talk about a 7-foot monster. He plays like 7'6".
Milwaukee almost won a game despite of their best player. Let that sink in for just a second.
23, team leading 7 assists, 4 blocks.
12.
You're saying in spite of?
Let me ask you a question. Name the team that can take the second seeded team in their conference, other than the Warriors. Name the team that if their best player scores 12 points, they can get the double overtime.
Well, he does so many things. He does a lot of other things.
LeBron James,
nobody can do
he
that.
does any more than LeBron. And can LeBron score 12 points in a playoff game and get to that?
Every time he touches the ball, he doesn't have 2 guys on him. He has 3 guys
How many guys they got on? How many guys
he gives the ball up.
And that's what great players do. So I want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Yeah.
So he's the only great player. He's the first great player in NBA history that when he touches the ball, all the eyes and all the bodies goes toward him. So how did Jordan, how did Kobe, how did Shaq, LeBron, Bird, how did all those guys do it?
Well, it's because neither of these 2 guys were giving grades to or even in the same sentence with any of those.
No. You talk about your guy. I don't need you to talk about Kawhi.
Okay.
I'll talk about Kawhi.
Okay.
Kawhi gets an A.
You can have him.
Kawhi gets an A. Because anybody that can do what he does.
Let's look deeper into the guy, the most overprotected superstar in the sport. This side of the guy who's on his couch.
He's not, though.
He gets an A despite these things going on. Let's look at the end of regulation. Last minute and 12 of regulation, the Bucks go on a 5-0 run in his building. This is do or die. This is, if you go down 0-3, you are cooked in your own building. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. And guess what your guy number 2 did? He did nothing over the last 112. He didn't take a shot. He didn't have a rebound. He didn't have an assist. He did 0. And he couldn't run to the ball and get the ball when they had 2.2 seconds left in their own end, inbounding, because he should have been able to take the last shot. But, of course, he's got something wrong with
He
something.
does,
I
he
don't know
does,
what
okay.
it is.
But he's
Okay.
got- okay,
He has no lift and no explosion. So then let's go to the first overtime, shall we? And over the last 128, he's got a wide open three with 19.9 left to win the game, and he just missed it. I don't know.
Hold on, Skip.
And then
Now,
he's
we
got
saw-
a buzzer beater.
Skip,
He's got a
don't
buzzer
do
beater
that,
at the
Skip.
end of the first overtime.
Because we saw a situation in which KD had a wide open three and Steph Curry had a wide open
Okay,
three, and they both missed it.
Wait,
so
did-
missing
did
wide
you
open
ask
three.
me about Steph?
No, I'm just saying.
No.
But you make it see what you're trying to do.
We're grading number two, who at certain points in this game played like number two.
But you were trying to make it seem like he's a marksman three-point shooter, and that's not.
Well,
the
everybody
case.
tells me he's so clutch after he shot a shot from the corner that rainbow arced and bounced 4 times on the rim and accidentally fell in thanks to the basketball gods or the hand of the
I just want
basketball
you to know
gods.
what you want me to do with 36, 9, and
Okay,
5.
I'm not finished yet. So he missed the 2 shots that could have won the game at the end of the first overtime. And then the heavens opened because Giannis got called for what you call a bogus 6th foul just 24 seconds into overtime number 2.
Okay,
and
what
that's
about
the
the-
end.
okay,
That's it.
okay, what
he
about
took
the-
over. I give him. He took over with no rim protector, no lane control.
So what about those
I
other-
give you that.
So what about those other 5?
And by the way, I didn't even mention this, but in the second overtime after Giannis went out, would you believe that number 2 had 2 big turnovers where he just lost the handle and lost the ball?
And got him back. And got him back.
413 and 211. He turned it over twice, but you're giving him an A because you're giving him a pass.
Pass for what?
Pass.
Because no, I grade him. I grade him like you grade Tom
This
Brady.
game should have been over a long time before
What I
this.
do is that I grade the players like you grade Tom Brady, like you did Tim Tebow. Because when Tom Brady threw that interception, all you told me he did was throw the clutch pass in the fourth quarter, so he got an 8. That's what you tell me.
It's hard to compare football to basketball because in basketball, one player can dominate the game. And once that one player is disqualified on fouls, then it's all over.
Skip,
He should have done what he
Skip,
did.
He had 12 points. How was he dominating the game? He had 6 at the half.
All I know is Milwaukee was in position to win this game until he went out.
That's what lets you know how good Milwaukee supporting cast is. They took a team to double overtime despite their best player having 12 points in 45 minutes. You should be ashamed of yourself for giving them a B. You really should, Skip.
Siakam had a game-saving block with just 32 seconds left. in
He
the
should
second
have. Did you
overtime.
see what he did in game 2?
He had, I don't know how he did this. He had 25 points on 8 of 19 last night. Your guy was 11 of 25, and he continues to shoot in the mid-40s. So he's jacking up a lot of shots and missing a whole lot of shots.
Well, guys, no grades to give out for Kevin Durant since he is still out. But should he be upset about the Warriors winning without him? No problem doing it. We'll discuss that with Chris Broussard next.